Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. Press the camera here. Uh, well, this is Joe with another movie review. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing the 1988 movie, The Accused, starring Jodie Foster and Kelly McGillis. Of course, this movie, of course, details uh, was loosely based on an actual 1983 case where a woman was gang raped in a bar, and 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 the trial that ensued afterwards. Because this movie also goes earned Jodie Foster her first of her two Oscars for Best Actress for playing the lead character of the rape victim. Because this movie uh, is about Jodie Foster plays uh, a working class woman. But this movie was based in Washington D.C., but it actually was filmed in Vancouver, Canada. She plays a woman, goes into a bar, she gets gang raped by three guys, and there were other guys in the bar who were encouraging the rapist to rape this woman. And what happened was Kelly McGillis was the DA who was assigned to the case, and the D excuse me, I'm trying to fix my hair here. Uh, the DA, her superior, says to her, "Look, you can't make this work because the rape victim, she was drunk out of her mind." Which he was. And you do see the actual rape scene in this film. It was pretty graphic for a film. At that time, it was pretty graphic. Because it was 1988, and you don't really. It was like one of the first movies that actually dealt with rape, so graphically. And it was a pretty graphic scene for its time. Uh, so the DA says, Ken McGinnis' character said, "Look, you can't prove this case. Um, because she was drunk, she didn't know what she was doing, and all this type of stuff. So pleaded down. So she made a plea bargain with the three rapists. And of course, when Jodie Foster's character finds out about it, she was ripping mad. She was pissed off about it. She curses the DA, Kelly McGillis' character to death almost. She curses her out, curses out the DA's office, and I think one point she actually threatens to sue him because she was knowing where she raped by three guys, but also there were guys in the bar that was encouraging it. And of course, after that scene happens, um, she was going to a local, supermarket or a local mini mall, and one of the guys who was encouraging the rapist to rape Jodie Foster's character recognized her in this mini mall. Says, "Hey, baby, go, 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 go." Encouraging her. "Hey, baby, you might have a good time. A couple more guys like to have more fun with you. And all that stuff. Taunting her and egging her on to get more guys to rape her again. So what she did was she rammed her car into the guy's truck, injures himself, and of course the guy presses charges on her, saying this woman is crazy and all that stuff. And when Jodie Foster talks to Kelly McGillis' character, uh, she tells her, Jodie Foster tells her why she did what she did, and because he was one of the guys who encouraged these three guys to rape me. And of course, that's when Kelly McGillis got into her head, saying, "Hey, maybe I could right a wrong for plea bargaining these guys. And I know I did the wrong thing by plea." She realized that she did the wrong thing by plea bargaining, and so what she did was she says, "Why don't I prosecute the guys in the bar for encouraging these three rapists?" And that's when she gets the idea, and she ends up getting a waitress in the bar who witnessed these guys who were encouraging the rapists. She witnessed the whole thing. And said, "Yeah, there were guys in the bar who encouraged Jodie Foster being made." And so, of course, he brought the guys in, and he brought, I think it's like three or four guys, brought them in and said, "Are these the guys?" So, yeah, these are this guy, and this guy. or number 4, number 5, or whatever numbers they picked in the lineup. Yeah, this guy, this guy, and this guy were encouraging the rapists. And so, of course, they took him to trial. And of course, the DA, the boss said you should have plead Morgan invasion rape, was encouraging Kelly McGillis to not prosecute because it's impossible to prove something like this. And she said, I don't care, you talk me out of people getting this, you're not going to be able to talk me out of this. I'm going to go for it on this, whether you approve of it or not. I'm going to go for it because I'm trying to right the wrong I did to this woman. Because she didn't deserve what happened to her. And I'm going to make this right. I'm going to make right by her. And the question said, okay, but you're not going to get any encouragement from me. If you feel that strongly about it, fine, but you don't have my approval to do it. And said, okay, and she goes like, okay, whatever. So they prosecuted it anyway, and of course they're trying to get another witness other than the one waitress. And of course they did get another witness, and he described it as graphic, and they did show that scene in the movie that this other guy who witnessed the whole thing, who actually called 911 to report the rape to begin with, and you see the whole scene in pretty much a graphic detail because very rarely, and like I said, at that time in 1988, where you don't, where I mean you had storylines on soap operas. Those few, they actually had more soap operas back in 1988 than you do today in 2016. They didn't have rape storylines on soap operas in that time, and they go into like and they do have pretty graphic stuff at least for television or daytime TV. But naturally, there's only so much you can show in daytime television. But in this movie, they went above and beyond, showing how graphic it was. And Jodie Foster, even though now I think about a year ago, she came out of the closet as a lesbian, and she married her lesbian lover now. But for her to do a scene like this, I mean, it was really, really graphic, and she really did a terrific job on this. It's so that everybody else involved, even though it's fake because it's a movie. Because keep in my mind, it's fake because it's a movie, and they only go so far in the movie. But here they really make it really graphic. You really felt like that Jodie Foster was being raped in this movie, even though we all know that she wasn't. They took all the precautions for her not being attacked. I mean, not in reality, but a movie rape scene, where of course they try and make it as realistic as possible, and it was, excuse me, it was pretty realistic. So of course, what happens? Of course, the three guys, um, they did get, spoiler, all three guys, they did get convicted in the end of the movie. They took a long, long time the jury took a long time to get to the verdict because they were reading and rereading the one witness testimony, not the waitress, but the guy who witnessed the whole thing. They were reading and rereading his testimony, and so they were focusing on him because they thought that he was the store witness more than the waitress was, and he gave like real graphic testimony about what happened, and so of course they believed this one witness, and of course that's how they got convicted. And of course at the end of the movie, of course Jodie Foster and Kelly McGillis made up at the end of the movie in the relation, and of course Jodie thanked her for prosecuting, even though she felt that Kelly McGillis didn't believe her at all, but being raped, being attacked. Now all of a sudden, Kelly McGillis' character believes Jodie Foster's character, saying that she was attacked, she went through this, and she didn't deserve what happened to her, and all this stuff. Now, of course, what a lot of people didn't know, which I found out later on, was that Kelly McGillis, about 5 years before Kelly McGillis made this movie, or starred in it, she was raped herself. and you can look this up on Wikipedia because that's where I found this information out. She was raped 5 years earlier by a teenager and one who wasn't a teen and somebody who wasn't a teenager, and you can read that out. And I don't want to go into any more further detail on that. Um, but when Kelly McGillis was offered a part in this movie, they actually originally offered her the part of the Joy Foster eventually played. Uh, but she turned that down. She wanted to play the part of the prosecutor because they figured it was too personal for her to play the rape victim. So that's what happened. But fortunately, Kelly McGillis did not get an Oscar nomination, and neither did anybody else for the rest of this movie. Only Joy Foster got an Oscar nomination, and she won for Best Actress. And of course, 4 years later, she won again for Silence of the Lambs. And I think at that time, Joy Foster, I might be wrong, but I think she was maybe like 23, 24 years old at the time that she did The Accused. So she was pretty young when she did this movie, and she was still pretty young when she did Silence of the Lambs. She was still in her 20s when she did Silence of the Lambs. But she she really gave the performance of her life in this movie, even though she was at times, especially early on in the film, when she was cursing out Kelly McGillis. She really gave her a real vulgar performance. At first, he didn't really like her, and then of course, towards the end of the film, she was really getting to be more and more sympathetic as the story went along. Uh, but I do recommend the film, and it's definitely one of the better movies that Joy Foster is not necessarily everybody focuses on Silence of the Lambs or Taxi Driver, and people overlook The Accused. Don't overlook this movie. Not only is it a great movie, but it's also a very, very good courtroom film. Um, I do recommend people to check this movie out if you can. And of course, I think somebody down the line, some cable channel or whatever, is going to show The Accused because it is Academy Awards. It's coming up. I think no more than a week from the time doing this video. So of course this movie is going to be shown somewhere because it's an Academy Award winning movie because of Jodie Foster's performance. But like I said earlier, nobody else got nominated for the movie. The film didn't get nominated. The but the movie that won that year was Rain Man, won for Best Picture. And of course, Dustin Hoffman won for Best Actor for Rain Man. You can check out my review on that as well. But in terms of The Accused, it's a shame. I mean, I'm sure that this movie won for was nominated for Best Picture. It will give Rain Man good competition for it. If Kelly McGillis was nominated, I'm sure she would have won. Because she was also that damn good. Unfortunately, after this movie, Kelly McGillis didn't have a good performance in the movie after this. I haven't even seen her in a movie for a long time. Even though she was pretty hot back in the 80s, when she was in Top Gun, she was in Witness, she was in The Accused. But after that, I don't know what the hell she did after that. So another review of The Accused. And I'd like to mention again that you cannot make comments on my videos anymore because I'm going to have that disabled. Because of the stupid ass family. And just today, just this morning, and I'm doing this in the afternoon. I started this review just before 4:30. But suddenly this morning, the same people who were writing comments about me being a pervert called me a retard on my Archie Bunker Place review. So because of that, I'm going to eventually going to be starting, if I ever find the time, to disable the comments on every single one of my videos. And of course, this one is going to be one of the videos, or the newer videos, that I'm not disabling the comment section. Unfortunately, you can't make comments on it. Because of this family ruined it. So please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. And also you can check out all my videos not only on my YouTube channel, but also at rallyc.com. It's all WDY. LSC.com. There's a homepage in the Rally Reviewer. the TV trash guy Christine Moore. And you can check out all of his TV trash videos, plus all of his other content as well. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.